Welcome back, everybody. This is Van Johnson. You know, this is a weird topic. A lot of people are getting heated and like they were heated on the show. The bottom line to me on this topic is get thick skin.
We've reached a point where it's just too many mistakes and too much censorship. The recent elections also feel like a cultural tipping point towards once again prioritizing speech. So we're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms. We're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes, similar to X. We're going to simplify our content policies and get rid of a bunch of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender that are just out of touch with mainstream discourse.
And out of touch with like the rest of the country as well.
We used to have filters that scanned for any policy violation. Now we're going to focus those filters on tackling illegal and high severity violations. And for lower severity violations, we're going to rely on someone reporting an issue before we take action.
Think about that. My question is, when did fact checking become a bad thing?
Yeah, because your show suffers from it all the time.
Since Donald Trump became president.
Yes.
You know, this guy Zuckerberg, I saw the movie, wasn't it Social Network?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where he says basically, I'm creating Facebook so people have a community, so that people can talk to each other.
If being woke is a bad thing,
everything woke turns to shit. Okay.
Yeah.
What
True.
you're finding is this company is also getting rid of content restrictions on topics like gender identity and immigration. Calling women, by the way, household objects is now permitted on Facebook. But
What does that mean? Why would you call a woman a household object? Maybe I'm just behind the times. I don't know.
Do you think it shouldn't be as much?
Users are now allowed to, for example,
just real
refer
quick,
to women
let's talk about
as how. There's a difference between free speech and hate speech, and we know that. Free speech, I welcome. I think everyone welcomes. It's your constitutional right. When you start delving into hate speech, which is what is happening all over social media, there's a problem with that. When you start delving into misinformation and disinformation, there's a problem with that. Meta's new hate speech guidelines permit users to call people in the LGBTQ plus community mentally ill.
Shoe fits.
That is harmful. That is harmful. And the last thing I'll say is, let's just break it down to bare bones. This is about President-elect Trump going back to the White House.
God, here we go again. They don't know what else to do. They don't know what else to say.
nice.
Mark Zuckerberg and Meta dined with Trump at Mar-a-Lago in November.
Okay.
Meta just donated $1 million to support his inauguration.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
Zuckerberg also elevated Joel Kaplan, the highest-ranking Meta executive closest to the Republican Party, to the company's most senior policy role.
You know, I think they're doing these things because they've realized the mistakes they've made in the past. They're trying to correct them. And they may be able to. I don't know.
And on Monday, Zuckerberg said Dana White, the head of the Ultimate Fighting Championship and an ally of Trump's, would join Meta's board.
That is a good move.
I'm trying to make the point that hate speech, something that incites violence, is not legally ever protected under the First Amendment. My ability to say a housewife is a household object, I can say that. It can offend you. I don't agree with it, but you absolutely, under the First Amendment, have a right to say it.
Boy, you shouldn't be saying that. That is not curbing your free speech. It's asking you to, not you, asking one to respect the fact that people don't want to hear that word when it has to do with them.
People these days.
When there were cartoons when I was a kid, right? And they would
in the 20s.
make fun of Italians. What's the matter, you? You know, what's a pizza? Everybody was a pizza maker.
Yeah.
And I, as a child, I felt like that was offensive to me.
You know that bitch did not get offended when she was a child and she even thought that way. There's no way.
Yeah. We respect everybody's right not to be called a name. If you take that away and you allow that, It's a problem.
They didn't allow it before, and they allow it now, and they
well,
allow
it's
it
not
now.
a good thing.
Never really existed on any platform I've been on.
Donald Trump.
There's never been a social media platform that's existed where you can't call people names. I've been called names on every platform that didn't exist.
But here's the thing: it doesn't make it.
Trump,
It doesn't make it right.
But let's say facts,
well,
not say because Donald Trump got elected, now you can call names on social media.
Well,
that's not
why
true.
That's why Mark Zuckerberg is doing.
Are you on?
Okay, let me talk to everybody for a minute. The biggest problem these days is everybody gets their feelings hurt over the dumbest shit. It can be anything. So the half this world, half this country, we're all walking on eggshells so we don't say the wrong thing to upset this one, or we don't say the wrong thing to upset this one, or say the wrong thing to upset that one. It's impossible to not upset somebody. Every time I go to open my mouth, I'm not going to try to think, oh my God, how is this going to potentially affect them? And will this hurt their feelings? What Trump said is 100% truth. Usually, I will say 99% of the time, woke turns to shit. I don't know of anything that's woke that I'm going to sit here and say, yeah, that's a pretty good idea. It's not going to happen. I'm Van Johnson. Thank you for watching the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here. Y'all take care, be safe, and I'll see you soon.